Okay. Hello. Hello guys, how's it going? I'm HatCHeTHaZ. Welcome back to the channel. So we are checking out the full game to Season A Letter to the Future. We played the demo to this a while ago and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I requested to experience the full game, and the publishers and developers kindly gave me a code.
I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway.
A huge thank you to the devs and publishers.
How far in the future? Where'd you find my journal? I may never know, but you can know me from what I put down on these pages. I come from a little village in the mountains. No one has left here since before I was born. But our lives changed overnight. Just a few days ago when my best friend had a prophetic dream. A vision that the elder said means this season is going to end soon. The world is about to enter a new era. A great change is coming. Everyone was afraid.
Cancel culture.
I was surrounded by questions and I began to feel how little I know.
Snowflakes and wokeness.
What is this season that is about to end? And why is it ending? What exactly is out there that could turn the world inside out? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did. So, I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go. That I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. I hope that's where you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on Earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice.
Okay. We
3, 2, 1. Hooray! Mr. Lotto's here.
Got me. Oh, you like the fish?
My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure.
Secret departure. Old Bill. Mama?
The burner's on the table, ready to make a pendant. Mom is cooking sweet bark soup. She got out some old tapes.
You're up.
I am.
What are you doing standing there? Time to get going. It's gonna be a beautiful morning. I'm making progress. I found the burner, camera, recorder, travel bag. Breakfast is in progress. Still gotta make a pendant. We haven't used this in so long. Good thing I saved the instructions. Just as you would use a shield to protect your body, an identity pendant protects your mind. Your thoughts, memories, everything that makes you, you.
Itchy loco.
We don't wear them here in the village anymore. But if you're going into the outside world, I'll feel better when you've got a pendant shielding you. Diseases of the mind, like the dream sickness.
The dream sickness?
We don't know what caused it. We heard people suddenly fell into an eternal sleep. These were years of wild rumors, and half of them turned out to be true. In times of war, a pendant can be used to identify a body. Let's skip that part. Objects have two layers, the physical and the mental. The pendant needs to absorb both. 1. Collect a sentimental object for each sense: sound, smell, feel, sight, taste. 2. Feel the sense and speak aloud a memory of the object. 3. Feed the object into the burner. The memory will leave the speaker as it is transferred to the pendant. That means I'll forget the memory after I say it. It's supposed to be painless, at least. No, you must remember everything. That's your role. The pendant needs this little sacrifice. I want to be sure it works. Don't be afraid. A few memories is a small price to pay for knowing you'll be safe. Okay, so
Depends what memories they are.
this old tape should work for our sense of sound. I remember.
Bit of jazz.
You and I fell asleep listening to this tape. Your dad came home. We all rested together until it got dark.
Ooh.
What an odd feeling. Like an absence, disappearing. The empty space fills itself back in until I forget that I forgot anything at all. I'm glad I'm only losing a few memories. If I lost too many, I wouldn't even know who you are. You should pick the rest of the objects. I'll lose the memories, but you'll have them in a pendant forever. So they should be important to you. They should be parts of your identity you want to be sure to protect. So think about what these items and what the memories would preserve about you. Let's do smell next. Find an object with a strong odor. And that holds a piece of you.
A strong odor.
My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure. Nothing. I always looked for other worlds.
Strong odor. Nothing really.
Honey, wax, baby, waves. I was loved by people I have no memory of. Ancient, perfume, sweet. Nothing is ever lost.
Let's go for flowers.
What did you choose for smell? Let's breathe in deep. Your dad used to bring these flowers home from his climbs. They only grow high up in the mountains. He was a great climber. He even found us a new source of water. I hope after he would climb less, maybe even retire.
Nathan Drake?
But he always wanted to explore, and the only direction to go was up. Maybe the Elder is letting you leave out of guilt for what happened to your dad. If someone has the energy to leave, it needs to go somewhere. He fell into the Fitz ravine. We never found his body. But doesn't he rest with us at night? Doesn't he appear in our dreams? How can such a human being depart this earth without leaving behind a trace? A trace as strong as the flowers would still have their scent. Darling.
Darling! Outlast.
I don't want to lose this one. I can't lose this one. Can we put the flowers back, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Fine. Ginger drink.
Childhood. Too sweet, too old. I always wanted to experience new things.
What did you choose for smell? Let's breathe in deep. This ginger drink has been in our family for generations. And you, as soon as you were old enough to talk, you said, let's drink it. It's hundreds of years old, like you already wanted to experience something different. Well, we all had one horrible sip, but boy, we laughed. What would we do without you? What will we do without you? Pick something with a texture you like.
Texture.
My hand in my own hand. This speaks to how my mom loves me.
So what did you end up choosing? Okay, put your hand in the hand. Oh, I remember it so well. It's not as bad now, but in the old days,
In my day.
not many children lived long enough to grow up. We believed if a child could make it to the age of 9, they'd be all right. This print was made of your hand when you turned 9. Your father and I couldn't believe we really had a healthy girl. An old deep fear inside of me finally went away, and we saw you would just keep growing and growing, that everything was going to be okay. I'm fine. Let's do sight next. Pick something that looks nice.
Poisoned, blue, shine. I look closely.
So, what did you end up choosing? When you were a little kid and I'd wash your pants, I'd check the pockets and find all kinds of little things you'd collected off the ground. Rocks, leaves, bits of string, and bugs. It happened less and less as you got older. But I remember the afternoon I found this beautiful blue beetle in your pocket. I thought, oh, this might be the last time. And this dead insect suddenly became so precious to me. What is it in our young eyes that imbue every small thing with meaning?
As SpongeBob would say, imagination.
Why did we lose this? I don't think you ever did. For taste, we can eat breakfast and feed some to the burner.
Okay.
The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. Standing here, you're having a last taste of home.
Oh, complete.
Now you're protected by lost memories. A gem of home around your neck. This is my only condition for letting you go. You must promise me never to take the pendant off. And
I'll
never
try
tamper
not
with
to.
it. Okay? Then I'm okay with you leaving. I think your camera and bag are still in your room. It's time to gather them up.
Ba-dum. Check.
I've lost so much. How could the world ask me to lose you too? Look at us. There we are. There we were. We'll always be right here on this beautiful morning.
Morning. I'm going on an adventure. Trophy. Right, so this is where the demo started.
I just performed a ritual with my mom. The moment has passed, but I'll record it in these pages for you, for the future.
It's like a time capsule. How do? Kazim? Trophy!
I never knew when my mom would share a memory of Dad while cooking, on a walk, with no warning. It knocked the wind out of me. Rituals take this grief and give it a shape and a story. Filling in this journal is a ritual too, but for a loss that hasn't hit us yet. Beep bop, beep bop. Cup of tea. Right on. I've brought tools to record the sights and sounds of
Yeah,
this
I'm doing
season.
okay. I'm doing
I'll start
okay.
by recording the only place I've ever known.
That's the camera. Don't need the camera. That's the audio. Don't need the audio.
Public sleep music is a tradition of ours here. When the music ends, the village will begin to wake up.
Some people have cancelled their pre-orders for PS3 RT. Yeah, it don't surprise me. You know what I mean? I know that the Sony have slashed the availability, haven't they? Well, the amount of VR headsets, considering You can't get them anywhere else, can you? You can only get them on the official site, can't you? So that's probably why people are doing it. I mean, you should start...
You have plenty of fresh water here.
Should start selling them on different retailers as well.
Last night there was a goodbye party here in the plaza. Everyone was so afraid for me. To understand that fear, to understand where I grew up, you have to know the man standing watch over the plaza, Dr. Fumio. This is Dr. Fumio and his son. The statue isn't as old as it looks. The artist wore it down to give it a feeling of ancientness and the authority that comes with it. Dr. Fumio and his son founded Cairo back in 776. They live on through our traditions. There are 3 murals celebrating Dr. Fumio's work. A wish fell off the tree. I'm not supposed to read them, but it might be good for you to have an example of one. I can go against tradition a little for posterity.
Yeah, VR2, I think it's because of the prices as well, isn't it?
Dr. Fumio said the dream sickness was caused by something very
I
powerful.
just can't believe they cost even more than the
He wasn't
bloody
able to cure
actual
it.
console.
HatCHeTHaZ's little daydream of leaving this place, of seeing something weird. This is a healing instrument created by Dr. Fumio. It draws on the pure mountain air.
True.
There's something eerie about an instrument that plays itself.
True.
But wind chimes aren't eerie. I think the self-playing instrument needs to imply the presence of a person who isn't there, like this one does, to be properly eerie.
I think if PlayStation had an option for you to buy, well, get the headset, but like buy it in installments, I think more people will buy it. But considering you have to pay full price for it, people are like going, no.
Remembering everything must be painful. Dr. Fumio brought peace to so many people here.
Sinbad's again. Yeah. I mean, if I had the option to pay in installments, then yeah, I probably would get it.
Pate loves fish, even though nobody here has ever seen them.
Yeah.
The elder sought out Dr. Fumio to cure her mother, who was suffering from time misperception. Dr. Fumio was an important person, but we also just have a need to put a human face on events that are beyond our control. He may have felt just as scared and helpless as everyone else.
I think the only thing that bothers me with VR2 really is like the games you've already purchased. It's not a free upgrade. You know what I mean? You have to buy them again. No, like with Moss. A Moss 2. But, yeah. Righto, let's go!
I go fishing here with my best friend Pate, even though there's nothing to catch. We both appreciate the silence.
Money, 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 must be funny in a rich man's world. Yes. Keepsake.
A village that was created as a place to heal. Is that where my instinct to try to help comes from? It's so strange to imagine I'll be shaped by places and people I haven't met yet. So strange to imagine that I might feel at home somewhere else.
I do want to watch, play Moss 2. I mean, I do have it on the original PSVR, but considering it is coming out on PSVR 2. But anywho, and I do want to play Resi Village in VR.
This flower means you're in my thoughts. The morning after the search was called off for Dad, our doorstep was covered in
And a
them.
new, what's it called? Until Dawn Switchback. Jason Momoa and Fast and Furious 10.
A trip just as slow, reliable, and oddly satisfying as life itself in this little village.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. How to leave home.
What, Until Dawn?
Find
I don't
the
think
sacred
it.
square of earth. Lay
Unless
down,
you're
so you have the dirt at your back.
referring to Amnesia the Bunker, because that's been delayed.
Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up.
I'm
Now,
not sure, to be
stand.
honest.
They're still there, aren't they?
I thought it was meant to be a launch title.
To entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.
Well, if it is, you know what I mean. Google!
These bikes were used by messengers a long, long time ago. Tate fixed up 3 bikes instead of 1.
Take a bike. Go with blue, because blue is my favourite colour. Yes, it is. Trophy. Whee! Ah, right, okay. Season, a letter to the future. Meow. Yeah, no. I think it's because the Resi 4 remake being released. Because it was meant to come out in March, wasn't it? And, you know, at least it's not long. You don't have to wait a lot. You don't have to wait ages. Pick it
I
up.
can see in these letters that the outside world has extremes, beauty and tragedy beyond anything I've known. They were right.
Pick everything up.
The letter never made it. The season before this one, the war, seems so horrible. That poor baby.
The poor baby.
Before setting up in Cairo village, Dr. Freeman roamed the land curing people. It must have been hard when he wasn't around anymore, especially for people who couldn't travel to the village. Traders used to come to the outskirts of the village. The war put an end to this.
Tweet, tweet.
I wish humans had evolved to sing instead of talk.
There. Let's take a seat. Ooh, sketch. Yes, please. There's a bit of a nice view there. Bad boys. I still haven't seen Bad Boys 3. Oh no, oh no. Tweet, tweet.
I feel nourished in these sights by the unfamiliarity of it all.
I'm sure I'll be
These
able to
means
find
of
it somewhere.
connection, long in disuse, are certainly telling me something about the world. Will they be used again in the next season?
You don't know. Meow.
carve notches in the bamboo for the wind to flit through, so it can sing.
Crash! Yeah, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? New enemies as well, which is sweet. Yeah, I've been keeping updated on it, on the YouTube channel Residents of Evil. Yes, subscribe.
I heard at some point the tides got less predictable. Places flooded that never had before. A crane to move materials around.
Did
Things
indeed.
that used to be possible.
Did you see the Ghost of Tsushima teaser live from PlayStation? I think I missed it, but you know, I could always go back to it. The frog.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Looking forward to seeing what the film is going to be like.
We learned about old technology in school, but not much about animals. What are these strange goat-like creatures? Are they simply goats?
Yeah, it is. It is.
My first time petting an animal.
Pet it!
I think it went pretty well.
Get a trophy. I want a trophy. Give me a trophy for petting a goat. How dare you?
That time it felt off. I guess I had beginner's luck before. Okay, now I got it back. I'm in control. I can easily pet certain four-legged animals.
No trophy? How dare you? Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's going to be a film. Really easy. No, can't go that way. No. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could do that in real life. 180 in a very tight space. Yeah, we did play the demo to this a while back, didn't we? And yeah, I was intrigued. So I kindly asked the developers for a code. The PS5, I know, tell me about it.
I cycled through landscapes, seeing them for the first and last time. I had no idea when I left my home how the season would end, or more importantly, how soon.
The end.
On a cold, damp day, I feel true loneliness for the first time. Nobody could have described what this world is, how it goes and goes. I passed through it, where others passed before me.
Maybe we'll get more trailers like that. The long journey. Okay.
When a season turns, the reasons behind things might disappear. But the engine may survive. The power is not lost. It's just buried a little.
Never know, the next person I go with a huge PS5 controls the desk. You never know. How can you ride through all that? Ow! I hit a tree! A giant.
Someone was out here alone.
You're not alone. Yeah, I am looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy when it gets delivered. I'm a bit gutted that I have to wait until the 10th, between the 10th and 17th. But at least I got myself the deluxe edition. And cheaper as well.
One melody is like me out here alone. I can't really live like this. Two voices is like me and my mom. We can survive, but eventually you need more. Three voices as complex as life is supposed to be. I could listen forever. They kept themselves company with music. They used the walls like I use my journal.
Graffiti! How much did I pay for the... just bear with me, I'll have a look it up. Just check my receipts. $64.79, so it is cheaper than what they are doing on the actual store. Is it like 75, 80 quid on the store for the deluxe edition?
Time seems to pass differently around here. I feel so heavy and so light at the same time.
I think it was like 65 quid just for the standard edition on the store.
I'm with the earth.
Yeah, it's something like that, isn't it? But this is why you shop around. I would have got them from shop 2, but unfortunately they were sold out. Yeah, I think that was like 61, 62 quid. Right, which way do we go? Ah, here we go.
When I was a kid, I heard voices talking inside the sound of rain. Looks like they made it out of here. But what is this group?
I would have loved to have got the collector's edition of Hogwarts, but it's like... it's nearly up 300 quid, nearly. Like, nah. I would have loved to have that book with a floating wand, that would have been cool. But, you know... but I think you can only get it from game. I shall try and make the character creator, the character look like me. I shall try. Like I did in
recorded before leaving home. The elder told me the story of her life.
Mass Effect, that's the one.
I listened back to it. ready to note down anything that seemed important.
Let's set the scene for the listener,
Okay.
whoever that might be.
Me.
This is the elder speaking. We're sitting in the plaza,
Podcast.
saying goodbye to a dear soul. We're here to see if there's anything useful in my mind that could help you on your trip. A century's worth of memories, dreams, fantasies, visions.
If I can get the exact scar, I'll put it on. Or something similar. But I will have the scar whilst I'm streaming, like I did with Lego Harry Potter.
Like a big, old, haunted library. When I die, this library will burn down. But which book should we check out first? I don't have all the answers, but I do feel the story of my life could help you understand what kind of world is out there.
I'm surprised of how many side quests there is in that as well. It's going to be a lengthy game, I should imagine.
It's okay not to understand everything right away. The moment may pass before you've gotten a firm hold on it. But as long as you're there to witness it, to take it down in your journal, you and others to come will someday take the time to make sense of it all.
Oh, have you been playing it? Cool. It is cool. It is cool. I need to check back regarding my streams on that, because part 1, it got blocked worldwide. But I did edit a certain segment out, but I haven't double checked to see if it's been done properly or not.
Francis Cale, if you must know, you can call me Frank. Or Elder. Or the Elder. Or Elder Frank. You know, whatever. I don't care. I was born on the ocean. My mother and father worked on a cruise ship. The short-lived but glorious watery republics. Floating cities. Most won their independence by the time I was born. How can I describe them? They were a jewel of the golden season.
Yeah. Golden showers.
Pleasure boats with a radical political program. How nice.
Yeah, I do have to double check. I mean, it was because of the the music in the game. But all the other parts are fine. They're watchable. You can watch them, but part 1.
The Golden Age was a time of flags, logos, mottos, mastheads. My mom taught me to read them. She was a ship's philosopher. My dad was a recycling engineer. Recycling on the ship.
It's a bit of a
was
shame that it didn't
death.
have the like the actual voices like they do in recent Lego games.
We had to get the most out of every object and watt of energy.
I'm a bit gutted about Lego Hobbit as well, considering it's only the first 2 games, but considering it's back on the PlayStation Store, I would have thought the developers would have worked on it again and did the 3rd film.
My grandparents played with the past. They changed it like we change our wardrobe. So it was a different answer every time. But they often said we were exiles of some kind.
Absolutely loved the Lego Lord of the Rings.
Exiled royalty from a secret lineage.
Have that on the
Blood that rolls
PS3.
in the dark. Or exiled from the mouth of some great leviathan.
And I trophied that one as well, 100%.
When they were older, they just said, we're from here. We're from right now. I loved the way the ship would tilt and roll with the waves, especially as I fell asleep. It was so comforting. Picture me as a kid in bed, feeling the
Excuse me.
swaying of the ship. It was like being rocked to sleep as a baby.
Yeah, Lewis wants me to stream Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Pain. He suggested I should give the actual Phantom Pain a whirl, just to see if anything does happen. Because he did mention something about the streaming segment about it. Apparently it doesn't get blocked, the Phantom Pain. But
I loved exploring the ship.
we shall have to wait and see.
Wandering through the suites.
He did check out my channel to see if the Ground Zeroes that I played first time years ago is still on there. So
there were two,
which it is.
Halls. A large, elegant one and another one.
So I might just continue with the Phantom Pain.
A lot of my firsts were down there. My first dance, my first kiss, and so forth. Our ship was taken over in the early days of the war. That was the end of the watery republics. I heard the dance hall in the basement became a weapons cache. Took me half my life to say goodbye to the world I knew in my youth.
Are you Rose from the Titanic?
Imagine me and my parents and everyone I knew being escorted off the ship by a company of soldiers.
Yeah, I'll give it a try just to see if the streaming does run okay. But if there's at least one block scene, then I'll stop playing it because it won't be fair on you guys. I'll just have to play it in my own time.
And I'm thinking, I hope they don't make a mess of my room. I was embarrassed by the younger kids who were crying their eyes out. But they knew, I guess. Yes, the start of the war was a turning of seasons, and we had to warn the season was going to end. Oh, but we didn't understand the warning. You see, one night, along a coastline, we saw beautiful lights shimmering above the water. Later, we found out this was an ancient warning system. It hadn't been used in so long. We didn't know what it meant.
Fingers crossed.
We just thought, well, ain't that pretty?
Well, ain't that a bitch?
We tried to stick together and camped out on the coast of the prismatic grounds. A kingdom of art and science. We got rich during the golden season. Everything that made them beloved before the wealth came.
I love gold.
Passionate, uncompromising, self-obsessed. Made them unbearable once they had power.
Bloody hell, Cyrus. My dog's asleep on the couch and he's farted.
Artists make
It
terrible
stinks.
things. Are you sure you want me to keep going?
He's old age,
The
man.
story gets darker from here on. Okay, so conditions in the camp were getting worse.
Bless his cotton socks.
My mom got lost in thought for long periods of time. She'd be completely still for hours, days even. We realized she caught, well, now we call it time misperception disorder. It's when you lose your ability to tell how much time is passing. A minute can feel like an hour. A day can pass in 10 seconds.
No, I haven't seen him.
We don't know exactly. Our consciousness is delicate. There are minerals and
I
sounds.
mean,
that can't
my
be
phone's
adjusted.
old, but, you know, it's still doing its job, so
Fumio's greatest fear was
I'm
that
happy with
someone
it.
would use this as a weapon. We heard about a traveling doctor who could cure these kinds of diseases. I decided to go find him. I found out his name was Dr. Fumio, and he traveled with his son Lucio. People talked about him like he was a god.
I am a god.
I described my mom's condition to Dr. Fumio. He said there was no cure yet, but there was a village high in the mountains. He thought it was high enough he'd have a better chance at treatment. Lower places are more dangerous. Valleys are the worst.
The Samsung S9 Plus, I think it is. Or was it S10?
He invited me to join them in going to the village.
It's one of them two, anyway. I know it's a Plus.
But I wanted to go back and get my parents and bring them with me. Yes, our Caro village. People thought it had been destroyed, or was a myth. But Lucio had a vision which showed us how to get here. I packed my things and got ready to leave the next morning.
Thing is, though, with my phone now, it stopped doing software updates.
At night, my mum came to me in a dream. She was standing in a
I think the
field of
last
flowers.
update for it was in March 2022.
Promise as I last saw her, we
But,
were the same
you know,
height. She pressed her
still does
finger
what it
hard
does.
into my palm. She taught me well. I knew the meaning of the gesture. I knew no matter what I did, I'd never see my parents again. In the morning, I told Dr. Fumio I would follow him to Karo village. The next few weeks were very physically tiring. Hiking, climbing.
Bloody hell indeed.
And when we found the village, building, planting, cleaning, Fumio brought sick people from all over the world, and they got better. The treatments worked. Everyone was healing. So why couldn't I? One day, we got word the war was over. We never found out how it ended. It was like peace just swept over the earth in a split second. There was a party in the plaza to celebrate the end of the war.
I think that's what Russia needs.
But I couldn't bring myself to go. Yes, it was over. That night, as I was falling asleep,
Yeah, we'll
I felt the
we'll
bed
pretend.
tilt and sway gently, as if it was being tossed on the waves of the ocean, as if I was back in my bedroom on the ship, as if I was back in my mother's arms, being rocked gently to sleep. I knew I was finally home, and nothing could hurt me.
Nothing could hurt me.
I imagine coming upon a place as hidden and singular as my own village. Eventually, I found myself circling a valley, looking for a way in.
Happy Valley.
This valley is asking people for a visit. I should oblige it.
Oblige. Ow, ow. No? Okay.
We never used this kind of technology in my village. Nobody trusted it. Wow, it's still working. It's still delivering power somewhere.
It's Tommy's place from The Last of Us. We see Joel and Ellie on the raft. Speaking of The Last of Us, I do hope that they will do like a little reference to the wooden plank, just once, at least once. Phew.
The Elder didn't think I'd see any flags. This could be a sign that the season is changing. Must be a car, but it looks weird. I haven't seen one like this in my books.
Hello.
Oh, the valley. 1 second.
Let me just get my gun.
happen when we do as instructed and gather around this fake person.
Is that a strobophob? What are they called? What is it?
A camera.
I love old gear like that. It's getting more and more rare. I had a camera, but it broke. Not that interesting of a story, I guess. What are you doing here? The whole thing, huh?
Yes.
You're young. You got time. What kind of stuff are you recording? Oh yeah, civilization they call it. The valley would be a good place to use those tools. Too bad it's closed down. Let me finish up here, huh?
Excuse me.
The elders said that people were exhausted by symbols after the war. But here are a few hanging. I'm not the first to do this. Just the first in a long time.
Hey.
This was like a second home for a while. That was fun earlier when you showed up. And I was carrying the cardboard man. You were like, who are these guys? I've been pretty bored here. You know, the valley's going to be flooded soon. That's why nobody can go in there. The dam is falling apart. It's too old. There's nobody left who knows how to repair it. We're taking it down so we'll know when it'll collapse. It gives us time to evacuate everyone. Greyhounds. We're a community organization. We do all kinds of fun stuff. Health clinics, minesweeping, daycare, evacuations, weddings. We're new. We'll do anything to make the future better than the present. No big deal. We're trying to get new things going. But it's hard. The past really has a tight grip on people. Doesn't feel like a fair fight. So we're trying to, well, anyway. It's funny. I stood guard here for a week, and I've only seen greyhounds like myself, and valley people on their way out. But now I see you, and you're like a new element or something. I've never met anyone doing what you're doing. And we greyhounds gotta support new things. So, I'm not supposed to let anyone in. How can I? Jeez. I think you should go down into the valley and take a look. Gonna try something here. Dang it. I was trying to wink. Well, you get the idea. Go on and put that old gear to use. You can take my map of the valley, too. I don't need it anymore.
Thanks.
I'll be down to pick everyone up around midnight. See you then.
I met a greyhound. He let me into the valley. I think he wanted me to record what the greyhounds were up to. And he gave me a map.
Okay.
The assembly point seemed like a good place to start. I wonder what he expects me to discover in the valley.
Trophy.
It seems like I'll have to wait for night to enter the shrine.
And I'm going no. Fine. Meow. La di da 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 di da di da da. Meow. Hey, that's cool. So pretty.
I have wondered about the lives beneath unkept graves.
Okay.
The elder told me there's very little information about the years before 500.
Welcome to the valley.
I am probably the last person that will ever be welcomed here by this sign.
Maybe, maybe not.
The elder warned me about valleys. She said they were dangerous. I feel a dulcet tension in the air. I enter to see the moment between seasons.
Such a serene pond.
All the rituals for the dead in my village require the body, so we couldn't perform them for my dad. But I can make my life a ritual for his memory.
God of sleep, I've been gathering heartache, and I've been gathering courage. If my big prayer is lost, if it goes against divine will, please spare the people of this valley.
Oh, it's coming from the control speaker.
We're so desperate for peace.
Memory told over and
Trophy.
over again. She must have been important to have such an elaborate solitary tomb.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
These metal animals are looking up, expectantly.
The people here are so weak.
I heard gunshots last night.
That was us. What is that?
Look at the pond, the water.
What is that? How?
Shouldn't we run or something?
Something frightening happened in this memory. But what was it? I can't imagine fishing and actually catching a fish. Too scary. Will the last voice to cry out in the wilderness not even be human?
Evacuation!
learned about this technology in school. Could it be emergency rations from the war? I will leave it alone. It sounds like they want to adapt their organization to the people in it, and not the other way around.
Lies?
There seems to be suspicion about the real condition of the dam and why it's being taken down. It's hard to imagine something new, a new way of living, but they're trying. The gray hands seem to care what people think about them. Grey Hands want to end this season.
Jovi. Why?
Imagine if the man I met is the only living Grey Hand, and the rest are cardboard. There must be a lot of people going to the city if they need to keep track of them with cards.
Mm.
Say they're going to build the next season. How?
How indeed?
Grey Hands are the future in all its uncertainty, the good and the bad, the hope and fear of progress. The loneliness of this season will be left behind. A collective project is coming.
Now, where did I put my bike? Excuse me.
The artist has depicted the Grey Hands as a child. They don't have faith in their capabilities, but see them as innocent?
No one is innocent. Boo.
Is that your name on your collar? Look.
Get off me.
This machine looks powerful. It must have done the work of many people. And you are Mata.
Mata!
And your name is Tupet. I wonder who named you that.
I ain't telling you shit.
You are a cow and you are named Krasnahorkai.
What?
A beautiful cow named Gorp.
Moo.
The valley keeps producing fruit, even when there's no one left to eat it. I've never drank cow's milk, let alone some kind of frozen version. This seems to be where they sewed these lovely embroideries.
Must be.
The name of this cow is TVC-15. Oh my.
Moo.
What is a symbol but a word without a sound? These people had to leave so much behind.
Now that's a speaker.
We got a big show today.
Huge show.
Breaking news. The Greyhands have died.
We're being reborn, baby.
And we're taking suggestions for our new name.
Live on the air suggestions from the rank and file.
You don't even need to be a Greyhand to suggest a name.
True, true.
The number to call is 0019. That is 0019. First caller, hit us with a name.
Hi, yeah. I was thinking the bricklayers.
Okay. Bricklayers.
Laying some bricks. Well, yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
We'll be taking them all afternoon, so keep them coming.
That number again is 0019. You're listening to Greyhand Radio. We are broadcasting live from Greyhand HQ.
And we're going to take a little break.
If the Greyhands are changing their name, you'd know them as something else.
Oh, the girls like the music. Trophy. Bit of jazz. Hello there. Is that Yato?
Cows from all over the world came here to compete in cow stuff? The golden season seems like such a different world. Some detailed embroidery from the cow festival. It'd be nice to learn more about this.
It would be nice to learn about this, man. Excuse me.
I like the tune well enough. I wonder why it appeals to our bovine brethren. The sound of this bell has a lot of character. Compared to my village, they lived in the open here. They lived on the land itself. I hope in the future, at least some people are still living like that.
Better. Ding 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 ding. I can't go that way. Right all. That's a picture. Answered quickly. 7 days.
Oh, thank God someone is still down there. I've been trying to get a hold of someone for hours. Ah, thank you. I forgot the Day Zero materials. You know, the visual literature, the warm bath of ideas? I left it at the dig site. It should be sitting on a barrel with a fruit sticker on it. Oh, wait! Hold on. I forgot to do the secret password. I don't even know who you are. Is it too late now, you think? Yeah, the locals don't use the telephone anyway. The hermit in the woods is afraid to because she got hit by lightning once. Anyways, thanks for answering. The Day Zero material is in the dig site, pretty sure. It should be sitting on a barrel that has a fruit sticker on it. You know, I guess I was going to say you could bring it to me, but the flood will destroy it anyway. So actually, I was worried for nothing. Everything is lost in a flood. God, we really know what we're doing. I'm excited for this all to be over. I'm excited for this all to begin. Bye-bye now.
Okay then.
Stay where you can hear me, okay?
Thank God they have electricity down here.
Did you hear from your friend in the Watery Republic? Which one is it?
The Topaz. We can get a ride with them on the coast.
Great. And we're really just gonna leave the car behind.
It's a junker anyway.
Beautiful.
I told you 786 would be our year. I sang you that whole song about it.
They sound so free and happy, just roaming around the world. This flower has a shimmering quality.
Do. Cemetery.
The faded optimism of a sweet treat makes me feel sad. The golden season must have been full of such little pleasures.
Let's go this way. Fruit farm. Nope. Wrong button.
For every working truck or bicycle, there is always a pile of broken ones, rated to scrape together just enough parts to get one working. I wish Pate could call his hotline to talk about his heavy dream.
This is a restricted area. Fuck off.
Looks like there's no one around anymore to enforce this.
So haha ha 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 ha. Yeah, look at all that shite.
No technology has improved on the bird. It can fly, sing, and surveil your neighbors. These signs are so demanding. I can't imagine them in my village.
In my village? Mine? Maybe I should have brought my bike with me. Yeah.
There are a lot of these signs. They must really want to keep people out of this area.
Let's go in anyway.
I found a dig site that is fenced off from view. What were they doing here? A greyhound said he left his materials behind. It should be somewhere around here. This is the kind of brain trouble my mom warned me about.
Brain trouble.
The work at the dig site has something to do with Day Zero.
The Day Zero!
There's a big tree with a researcher's notebook inside it somewhere. I wonder what this channel is for. They must have already shipped out all the Harpic they need.
Maybe.
Memories and emotions condensed into a mineral.
Day Zero.
I wonder what's on this reel. What is Day Zero? Maybe I can find out more about it.
Maybe.
They dug up all that Harpic in order to conduct some sort of prayer on Day Zero.
I've recreated the same setup as the prayer statues, right here in my workshop. I set up a singing bowl so I can verify the pattern that will form in the water. And some Harpic, of course. Each god seems to correspond to a resonating frequency. And when this vibration acts on the Harpic, you get the psychoactive response. Going to give it a try here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Freaky water.
I remember watching my dad make shadow puppets on the wall. Felt strange because I could see how it was done.
Tweet, 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 tweet,
I
tweet,
could see
tweet,
the
tweet,
trick of
tweet,
it,
tweet,
but
tweet,
it still
tweet,
felt
tweet,
kind of
tweet.
magical.
Nice little real live footage there.
It worked. I do feel the more I do this, the more tired, and it feels like it takes me longer to return to the present. But now I have some control. I face the question of how this mineral affects the soil. I still have a lot of work to do. That's all for today.
A mineral that can affect the mind.
Mm-hmm. Harpic. Oh, wrong one. HatCHeTHaZ.
It's a bit upsetting to see graves treated like this.
Cool.
The memories memories of the owner now turned into a beautiful mineral. They look relieved to have finished their work.
The necessity of day zero is not just psychological, it's ecological. Because there is a compounding effect to these minerals and their psychological effect. And we see this in Tiang Valley. There is a memory and a memory of a memory and a memory of a memory of a memory. This echo effect, this recursive nature is the problem. As this cycles through the ecosystem, it creates points of pressure where things bleed, and soil and human minds are contaminated. Some will say, what's a few daytime visions?
Excuse me.
But it is an increasing risk, an increasing danger. Left alone, the haunted quality of this season will only get worse. The necessity of day zero is also to... This particular action will neutralize this phenomenon at its source. This is not an endless cycle. We are putting an end to this psychoactive material, and we are opening up space for something new.
How do they plan to remove the haunted quality of the season?
Play the reel I found. Now, where was that reel? Now, where the fuck is my bike? I think it was back up here, wasn't it? The real There we go. Where did it go? That's the one. Action. Hey, that's cool.
Your mother's arms.
That's cool. I like that.
open our eyes, but she's not there. We breathe in. Where is she? She is everywhere.
I wonder if that's actual old footage.
And we breathe out. Good morning. Welcome. Congratulations. You have just stepped into a new season. You may feel as if you're seeing the world for the first time. You may have noticed that colors are more
Looks
vibrant.
it does look it though.
You may have noticed that food tastes better. What you are feeling right now is how it feels to be liberated from the past. There once was a season that was beautiful, but everyone you met, their eyes were clouded.
Yeah, that's freaky.
And their necks were turned backwards. They were weighed down by loss, haunted by the nightmares of another era. Now you may feel as if a great weight has been lifted.
You don't see that nowadays, do you?
In certain cases, you may feel an unexpendable well of energy rising up inside you. Because you know there is so much to do. That the world is ours. And it can be anything
nice
we want.
view.
With your help, we're going to do it right this time. You won't be alone.
You're not alone.
And a voice beside you. There will always be a song to sing.
Karaoke! Testify! That's cool, I like that.
On the other side of all our fears is a better world. Or a worse one. What if it depends on what we do right now? Day 0 will be the day between one season and the next. It will be the moment everything changes. They believe this will create a better season, that it will heal us. Made me forget I was actually playing the game then. Hey. Does look visually stunning though. Does look real nice. Pretty. Can't go in there. Nice little house. I wish my thumb was more green than it is.
Mm.
There are a lot more possibilities here for gardening. The soil must be rich and they must get a lot of rain.
Excuse me.
I had an uncle who collected tools that were so old nobody knows what they were used for. I hope this wasn't to eat. It smells terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I get to taste some saba fruit. If it merits a sticker, must be pretty good.
Hello.
Oh, no. You said we had until midnight. I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this. Wait a minute. A cute outfit, a bicycle. You're not a greyhound.
Nope.
What a relief. I'm sorry. I just assumed because who else would be... What are you doing here? You're really cutting it close. I guess I'm doing research here on the lawn. I'm studying my own life. Welcome to Tiang Valley. You should have been here a week ago when the evacuation started. Almost everyone is gone now. You noticed, I hope, that the valley is going to be flooded. The Greyhands are taking us to live in the Radiant City. Look!
Radiant City.
See how they put the dimensions on the back? I recreated our future apartment here, on the lawn. This is the space we have to work with, to live in. I'm trying to really imagine what it'll be like. We're going from a big farm to one room, and we need to be packed by tonight. I already packed for myself and my son, but my husband Yuri is a little harder to pack for because he passed away recently.
Mm.
And I can't bring all his things. It's not realistic. His stuff is still... It's all here. It's okay. You said you're here to study the valley? My Yuri was doing the same thing. We can do this. Just need to decide.
Decide.
Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor, Matiora. He painted all 3 of these. This is a self-portrait he did. Kind of intense, right? He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me.
Yeah.
We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me? He painted this for Kochi. Some kind of private joke between the 2 of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Which painting should I take with me?
Self-portrait.
Yes, you're right. Himself, from his own eyes. Something I could never see without this painting. I've packed my essential clothes. I don't know what to do with these. This was Yuri's best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit him. That's a long time away, though. My island dress. I made this for our trip to the islands, the trip we never took. It was based on a photo of a seaside Azan dance. The hours I spent on this.
This one?
These are some of Yuri's clothes from when he was a kid. I thought Kochi could wear them, but he says they're itchy. So what's the use? But to throw them away, he was a little boy. He would put these clothes and go to school. He grew up. Oh, God, this is... I mean, this hurts a little. Okay.
The fancy suit.
Yes. Of course we'll bring this. I should bring anything that helps Kochi remember his dad. All right. This is going well. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. Or someone. The demon of shame and mourning. How could I have forgotten? Now, where did I put him? We need to bring the demon of shame and mourning. When someone dies and you're in mourning, you're supposed to keep the demon in sight at all times. He's supposed to remind you of your regrets. It's a religious thing.
Fancy. Hello.
Our old cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word.
No, okay.
These are Yuri's books. They're pretty heavy.
Yeah, it is a thick book there. The red one.
This is an old religious book, The Prison of Yesterday. He didn't like to talk about his faith. I haven't read it much. Maybe there's a part of him in these pages. A part I never understood, that I could still glimpse. Maybe he would want me to keep this one. But I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me. Yuri found this old tourist guide to the valley before we moved here. He was so excited. But this guide is really out of date. It's from way before the war. There's something optimistic about the colors they used. Yuri really wanted to take a trip to the archipelago together. We prepared for it a lot. Even taught ourselves a bit of the language from this book, but we never made the trip. It was always going to be soon, but it never happened. Seems like the kind of thing no one does anymore. Which should I take with me?
I'd go with the tourist guide to remind you.
We have a special feeling for the season just before us, the one our parents grew up in. It's like it was right there. But we missed it. We know there were horrors, but somehow everyone seems innocent. I suppose I'll be leaving the other two behind. I know they're heavy, but would you want to take one with you?
With the language book.
Yeah, maybe you'll make it to the Azan Islands someday. Let's see how this is going so far. We'll remember Yuri's excitement coming to the valley. Kochi will be so proud to wear this suit someday. I'll remember how Yuri saw himself. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more. I went through all our old photos, trying to see what I might be forgetting. I love that view. Have you been up there? By the entrance to the shrine?
I don't think I have, no.
You really should go see it when it opens. It's just across the river and up the hill. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there.
Cool.
I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here, too. That's Kochi. He was such an easy kid back then. He used to talk more, used to make up stories. I really hope the city has kids his age. It was already a small world when it was the three of us. Now he spends so much time alone. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace disappears. I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that. Someday Kochi will be as old as his father was when he died. What will he remember? My husband built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away, too. So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. He made them. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him. The truth is, I'm relieved to leave this place. Tiang Valley is not some preserved jar of, I don't know, culture. It's chaos. It's life. It's constantly changing. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm going to turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know.
Thanks.
All right, this is it.
Hernia. Shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh. I killed him. The demon of shame and mourning. What was I thinking bringing it along? What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong. I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if I tried. It couldn't be crushed, like the demon. It's too many layers deep. I'll carry the part of me that's gone, that's missing. But there's so much life left that flowers grow along its edges. Something like that. I'm glad you came to Tiang Valley today. Thank you for being there for me. I didn't realize how much I needed a stranger's ear. Now, there's no rush, but as you try to wrap your mind around this place, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
trophy. Me. Oh, wrong button.
The earth gave and gave. It did not let up. Not even at the last minute. We collect the fruit of the land we know is dying. Who could forgive us?
Who could forgive us indeed? Right guys, I think I shall leave it here for part 1 of season. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I really do like it. Let's go back to the main menu. So yeah, that was part 1 of season, A Letter to the Future. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, I do like this whole mystery behind what's going on in this particular world. So I do hope you have enjoyed as well, guys, and a huge thank you once again to the devs and publishers for providing me with a code for the game. Very much appreciative. So I do hope you have enjoyed, so feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. It does help me out a lot. Be sure to give us a follow on the socials, and if you do want to help support the channel, click the join and hit the super thanks. So for now, this is HatCHeTHaZ. See you soon with a new video.